I ran. Maybe it was only a few seconds, but I had the sensation that I was running for an eternity. Even so, the end would soon arrive. I finally arrived at the room. There were lavish decorations all around the door frame. This is it. I knew what I needed to do. I would open the door and face Olgar. Will I be able to kill him? I closed my eyes. I would simply do what I could. I reached for the door handle. It wasn't locked. I slowly opened the heavy door. The moment I opened it, an ominous feeling engulfed me. An atmosphere that aroused disgust. A black shadow of a man was in front of me. I assume we'll probably look into his heart during this battle at some point. Or his ring, or whatever. His existence warped the air in the room. Even with me here, he didn't move a muscle. He sat calmly on his throne while giving me a hollow stare.
You're here.
Olgar. It's not like I knew him very well, yet his very presence branded a stark image of himself deep within my mind. However, his eye color was distinctly different. There it is! Like with Levi, there was the color of madness within it. It was the madness of the magical stone he held in his left hand. Hand over that ring.
You saved me the trouble by coming here. All the pieces are in place now.
It's hopeless for you. Please surrender. Olgar slowly stood up while drawing his sword from his hip.
You and those two wolf sons. And...
None of my words were reaching his ears. I then remembered Lucas's words in the back of my mind.
If you or anyone else has to face Olgar, kill him without hesitation.
There was only one thing I could do in that moment. If he didn't submit to my demands, if he didn't listen at all, there was only one thing that could be done. I will kill you! I drew my sword and took my stance.
Any who interfere must perish. No matter who!
Ugh! His speed was unlike that of a man of his old age, or rather it was almost inhuman. He swiftly thrust his sword a full arm length and I barely managed to block. And in that instant, I understood something. This was different from the way Lucas fought. Lucas was also stronger than me, but this man here fought in a way that aimed to kill me with every strike. I tried to push him back with the sword, but I couldn't win on sheer strength. He was using one hand, while I used two, and he was still pushing me down little by little. How could I win? I didn't know, but... I won't let you kill me here! I pushed back with all of my might. My right eye burned up. The witch's eye must have reacted to Olgar's magical stone. I didn't mind. Even if it was the witch's power, if it had the power to push back Olgar... Uh-oh, he's looking a little, worried now. I felt Olgar's strength weaken. An emotion other than pure madness showed on his face. Oh, there it is.
Arya?
I didn't understand what he meant, but I couldn't let this opening go to waste. I swung upward to parry Olgar's sword. I knocked his sword out of his hand. Now. Ha! Now that he was unarmed, if I swung down my sword, everything would end. Oh, this is our choice. I still think it's your dad. I still think he's your dad. Do I trust Lucas? Do I trust my instincts? Instincts. Heck it. I swung down my sword with all of my strength, but it stopped short right at Olgar's neck. Did I stop it myself? Or did it stop by someone else's will? I had no way of knowing. It was me. Sorry, girl, if I got you killed. But it appeared that Olgar's expression regained some sort of emotion. I would ask him once more. Hand over the magical stone.
Why?
That stone is the cause of your lunacy.
The magical stone.
I was more dumbfounded than surprised. Olgar was laughing so loudly that it drowned out all the noise from outside. What's so funny?
No, I am not the one that is crazed. It is this world. It is the people of this entire town.
What do you mean by that?
They have forgotten that they murdered Arya, and they live on with their worthless lives in this closed world. If that is not insanity, what is?
Arya? Who is that?
I won't let anyone take from me ever again. I will take back Arya.
Gah! He caught me off guard with a sudden tackle. I tried to get up, but saw a sword in Olgar's hand. He swung it down without hesitation. It nicked the tip of my nose. I thought I wouldn't be able to dodge it on my own accord. Someone had pulled me back from behind. I fell into someone's arms. Who is it? I twisted my body to look up. I saw a man who wasn't supposed to be here. Ashen Hawk? Yeah! There's my boy in the 11th hour! Let's go. Let's freaking go. I've been wondering where you've been for ages. Ashen Hawk? Ashen Hawk held me in his arms while he stared down Olgar. I freaking called it! Freaking called it! I knew that Olgar was our dad! Freaking called it! Arrgh! I knew it, I knew it, I knew it.
Are you trying to kill your own daughter, Olgar?
Daughter? Who was he talking about? Olgar's daughter? T? Aside from Olgar, he and I were the only ones here, so... Ashen Hawk, what are you talking about? I heard footsteps outside in the hallway coming towards us. Levon, Levi, and Lugus, and all the other people who had joined in the rebellion. They flowed into the room, all looking confused as to what was unfolding.
Chad, are you alright? You!
Why are you here? Father, you're alive.
Each said something different. Levon and Levi looked at Ashen Hawk, Lugus looked at Olgar. But despite the presence of others, Olgar and Ashen Hawk continued to speak as if they were alone.
Apris.
Ah, okay.
Apris and Arya.
And Olgar and Francisca?
Are you Apris?
That's right. The ghost of the man you murdered 17 years ago.
Okay. A ghost. Ashen Hawk always said it like it was a joke. It wasn't a joke? That's your dad, isn't it? This just got a whole lot more complicated. I figured he was their dad. Levon's anger towards him. Oh boy. Well.
17 years ago. Then you really are.
Father.
His father. Ashen Hawk? I was completely confused. It had surpassed the capacity of what my mind could process. Looks like everyone has gathered here. Is Hugh the only one that's not related to anybody? And here comes Hugh. Did this man know everything? He knew everything and brought us all here? I couldn't even gather my own thoughts. Who exactly were Ashen Hawk and Olgar? They're brothers-in-law. Hugh, what's going on? Please explain!
Of course. It's time for the big reveal. But first...
He walked up to Olgar and easily took the magical stone he had grasped in his hand. Why did you do that like ages ago?
Excuse me, master.
You bastard. Haku.
Haku. That was the name of one of Olgar's servants. Enough already! I had enough of being confused.
Let us now begin our journey to learn the truth. But the choice after that is all up to you.
Me? Hugh raised the magical stone high. My eye either reacted to the magical stone or the other way around. My eye started to burn up with a heat hotter than ever before. Oh boy. I think we're going to warp speed, everybody. Buckle up! At the same time, the magical stone began to shine, showing various scenes around the entire room. My right eye was now scorching. It was so hot that I couldn't even cover it with my hand. Was he telling me to watch with this eye? This distorted scenery created by the magical stone. Here we go! Inside Out, Chapter 9. This was when spring still came to this town. The story of a youthful few, which took place a few months prior to the masquerade. There's his mom. Francisca! April! Listen to me! Oh, Francisca! You look so cute! Adorable.
Oh my! What is the matter? Why are you shouting like some child?
I'm sorry. I was unprepared for short-haired Ashen Hawk. It did something. This Ashen Hawk did something to me. Not gonna lie, he kind of looks like a vampire here, and whew. I'm trying to picture Ashen Hawk married to Francisca. It's such a weird thing. And also being Arya's brother. Okay. I'm good.
Don't say that, Francisca. Arya is and will always be young at heart. So, what's the matter? Did something good happen?
Yes, the day of my wedding has finally been decided.
Oh my. Congratulations, Arya.
Thank you, Francisca.
My. Seems like the time of reckoning for the young Hawk Lord has come.
Oh my god. I'm dying at these young guys. Oh my goodness. Look at this tsundere bean. Ugh. I'm dying. I can't handle it. I just can't.
Shut up.
We have to throw a celebration. So, when is the day?
It's the day of the masquerade. Olgar said he wanted it to be on that day.
He did? You're quite the romantic one, aren't you?
I said shut up.
And then there's one more thing.
Calm down. You're getting a bit too excited. I can tell how happy your proposal has made her.
You won't be able to talk for much longer if you keep that up.
I just thought of something wonderful. How about you two have your wedding ceremony on the same day?
Huh? Us too? You made her say that, didn't you?
Not at all. Arya thought of it all on her own.
What should I do? This is all too sudden. April! Apris always hints at it, but he's never formally asked for your hand in marriage.
It's not that I'm not ready or anything, but...
Oh, Apris, you're doing this only because Arya asked you to.
Oh? Are you not satisfied with me?
I don't mind. Isn't that what you want, brother?
You always defer all decisions to your brother, don't you? No matter how old you get, you can never say no to Olgar.
Then it's set. The young handsome wolf will have his day of reckoning too.
Thanks, you two. Let's make this a wonderful wedding. I mean, a wonderful masquerade. The two couples were married that year during the masquerade. The Lord of the Hawk clan, Olgar, and his old friend, Arya. Olgar's younger sister with the Lord of the Wolf clan, Apris. This was a significant event for the town. The two clans who had hated each other for generations had come together. That dream was about to come true. Time passed. It started to snow. A boy was born between Apris and Francisca, and then another. Olgar and Arya were unable to bear children for some time, but they finally were able to conceive. If all went well, their child would be born by the next spring. That year, more snow than usual seemed to fall onto the town. Ugh. That's a lot of snow. One night, amidst the falling snow, the two husbands were drinking at the tavern.
You know, I've never seen it snow so hard before.
Yeah, it's starting to affect the livelihood of the people. I hope it'll stop soon.
Are you sure you should be here drinking? Your wife is pregnant at home.
She told me to get some fresh air. She's the best wife a man could have.
You look like you're still a teenager in love. It's been years since you got married.
Shut up. What about you?
You already know. I'm a free spirit.
You know.
Don't look at me like that. You remind me of Francisca when she gets mad. Anyway, take a look at this.
Rings.
I crafted the 4 stones of Kaleidovia so that I can give them to my sons when they grow up. The hawk and butterfly motif rings will go to them.
What about the ring with the wolf motif?
This one is staying with me.
I hope my younger sister doesn't sulk about not getting one.
She's going to have to bear it, unfortunately. So, what did you do with your stone? The one I gave to you as a token of our friendship. Do you want me to craft it into a ring for you? You didn't.
I gave that to Arya. I had it crafted into a snowdrop pendant.
Goodness. Seems like our friendship suffered a defeat to your love.
No need to exaggerate about it.
As if to bring in fresh air to the stagnant atmosphere, the door to the tavern opened, causing a draft. Well, well, well. At the doorway was a traveler from outside of town. Olgar and Apris welcomed him in and provided him hospitality for the night.
Wow, this snow is terrible. I was about to freeze to death.
It's your fault for coming during the season.
What are you doing here anyway? Trade?
Nope. I heard this town has the Kaleidovia, so I had to come see it.
The Kaleidovia? I think it's stored at the church.
You came all the way here just for that.
Considering how suspicious you are of that, I suppose you don't know. Of the Kaleidovia's true power.
Oh?
That's interesting. That'll be a nice story to drink to.
I heard about it during my travels. The Kaleidovia is a cursed item that connects the world of the dead to the world of the living.
You don't say, eh?
That's a rather grandiose story.
And it leads to the intermediate world between life and death. It's called Psychedelica.
Oh, really?
At Psychedelica, you can meet with people who have died.
The dead.
Oh? In other words, did you lose a loved one? Is that why you're after the Kaleidovia?
I don't have anyone like that. I came because I was interested in that story.
Now you're just strange.
Although I don't have any loved ones, what about you? If a loved one died and you had a way to meet them...
Knock on wood.
I'd refuse. Bringing them back from the dead has to be some kind of sick joke. We should let them be, at least after they're dead.
True words spoken by a man who loves his freedom.
The two of them laughed it off as a drunkard's story. But then... the snow became worse by the day, causing further hardship on the townspeople's daily lives. Maybe this was a curse by the witch. Someone suggested that after remembering the old fairy tale. Of course, it was just a joke. It was supposed to be a joke, but the words dropped worry into the people's hearts. That single droplet created ripples, soon turning into a dark stain and causing people to believe in those fairy tales, one after the other.
Say, did you hear? This year's blizzard is caused by the witch.
It's abnormal for winter to continue for this long. It wouldn't happen if it weren't for the witch. The witch.
Milady, I'm terribly sorry. I've spoken too much.
Is he not home yet?
Yes, the master has not returned.
I see. Maybe he's gone to see Arya, ignoring his own children.
Milady.
Never mind. You may go. I will need to leave the manor for a little while. Yes, milady. Yes. It's all the witch's fault. Because of the witch, Francisca was also one of them. She believed in the witch. No. She wanted to blame the witch. She wanted to think that her situation was caused by the doings of a witch. Tanned boy, is this Lucas when he was small?
Witch?
Huh? A young boy stood right next to Francisca. He looked so thin that he would collapse at any moment. His father hurriedly came over to pick up the boy.
I'm sorry for my son's insolence.
Wait. The father bowed and was prepared to leave, but Francisca stopped him. I recognize you. Aren't you a craftsman patronized by Arya?
It's an honor for you to remember someone like me.
Is your son going to be all right?
I'm ashamed to say this, but I cannot afford to feed him well. There's no work with this snow. I don't know how I'm going to raise him.
Uh-huh. So you must also be tormented by the witch.
Please don't say things like that. Witches don't exist.
They do. That woman was a witch. Francisca held back her impulse to say that. If she said that out loud, her brother would despise her for it.
Right. She could not say it herself.
She only needed someone else to say it for her.
Francisca, I don't like that evil look.
This man might know something, she thought. They exist. They are just in hiding. They could be very close to you.
Please stop. That's sending chills up my spine.
Witches have red eyes, but they usually keep them hidden. Haven't you seen someone like that before?
Witch? Dad, what's a witch?
Shh! You shut up! Don't say anything!
So many people are suffering because of the witch. It's not just you. It's the entire town. Once the witch is dead, we'll all be much better off.
I don't know of any witch.
If only there was someone who knew of where this witch was. If only there was someone who would kill the witch. If there was a person like that, I would thank them handsomely, as the daughter of the hawks and the wife of the wolves.
Thank?
That child knows little of such matters, so I suppose I couldn't expect any better, but I'm different. Whether it is money, food, a home to shield him from the cold, or even a warm blanket, I can give him anything within my power. Because that man would be the hero who saved the town. Heavens, I wish there was someone like that. Someone who knows the witch and is brave enough to kill them.
You mean...
What's that? I can't hear you.
Madame Arya said that she was a witch.
Oh my! Is that true?
My son heard her say it.
Maybe that was... who... No, I was wondering if that was the first memory that Jed saw with her mom. That maybe she was talking to Lugus. But maybe not.
What a predicament! The townsfolk must be notified about this. Oh, but one must be careful, as this has to be kept silent from the witch. I'll pretend I didn't hear a thing. And I'm sorry. This is all I have right now, but use this to buy something for your son to eat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, and I'll just be talking to myself for a little while, so don't mind me. In the very near future, the household of the Hawk clan will be empty aside from the witch. She is pregnant with a child and cannot move about.
Just as Francisca prophesied, Olgar had gone away on the day Arya was about to give birth. To pick flowers.
Snowdrops. Why?
Brother, you're quite oblivious to things of this nature. Snowdrops are flowers to celebrate the birth of a child.
Oh? Then I'll send a servant out too.
No, they must be flowers picked by the father. Otherwise, misfortune will befall the child instead.
I can't leave Arya here.
It's all right. You may be a bit worried, but Arya loves snowdrops, and if she knows that you are the one who picked them, I'm sure she'll be overjoyed.
I see. Did he do it for you too?
He?
Apris. When your child was born, did he also do this?
Yes, of course.
I see. Then as a parent, I must not lose to the likes of him.
He would never do such a thing.
The snowfall was heavy. Bonfires surrounded the manor where Arya was alone.
This is where the witch is.
The witch can't fight back right now.
The snow is caused by the witch. Then, if we kill the witch...
Kill the witch. Kill the witch.
Kill the witch! Kill the witch!
A whisper gradually turned into a chant shared among the crowd. The manor was then set on fire. The old manor went up in flames instantly.
I have to run away. I have to protect my child. Huh? No. Why now?
Arya tried to drag her heavy body to escape from the fire, but she realized she was going into labor. While surrounded by the flames, she gave birth to a girl.
Please don't cry. Are you scared? I'm sure you are. I am too. You must have been born to give me courage because you thought that I would be scared to be on my own. Thank you, my kind child. You are just as kind as my love. I'm sorry. But he will soon. So please don't cry. Yes, this is my most prized treasure. A pendant he gave me. Isn't it beautiful? Thank goodness. You finally stopped crying. But I hope only you.
Very well. I'll take that child from you. It's brother's child, after all. Or should I say it is Apris's? I don't care either way.
Francisca?
You will die here, burned alive as the witch. This is a fitting end for you after you have taken away my brother and my love from me.
Francisca?
What is it? Are you going to beg for your life?
Please take care of her. Oh. Her name is Air. Please give her happiness.
Why are you always so...
It's something I cannot do. Oh. Thank goodness. Now I can.
Francisca was the real witch. Soon after, the manor crumbled away, burying the witch that was Arya along with it. The flames soon subsided once everything in the manor was burned down, but the ashes continued to dance like the snow, until Olgar returned. Poor Olgar.
What is this?
When Olgar returned, he didn't believe what he saw before his eyes. The smell of charred remains, a trampled garden, and a scene covered in ash and snow. The snowdrops he brought back fell to the ground over the ash. The pure white petals scattered at his feet, instantly being buried under the ashes and snow.
Where is Arya?
He stumbled closer, approaching the burned manor. He dug through the smoking black rubble.
Arya! Arya!
His hands turned black with soot, then red from the burns. And with his red and black hands, he continued to dig, even after his nails split and his skin was torn raw. And he finally found her. A single hand sticking out of the rubble of a roof beam. It was the charred hand of his beloved wife.
Arya!
He tried to get her out from under there by grabbing at her hand, but it crumbled away, leaving nothing behind in Olgar's hand.
No! No!
That night, the townspeople who set fire to Arya's manor huddled at the church. It was as if they tried to console each other for the sins they had committed.
We killed her. We killed the witch.
Now we can be saved. We and the town.
The snow should stop by tomorrow. When that happens...
Was she really the witch?
Hey! It's just strange. If she was the witch, how was it so easy?
Watch your mouth. That woman was a witch. She had to be.
Yeah, we killed the witch for the sake of this town. Right. I guess this is for the best. The church door opened quietly. The townsfolk were too engrossed in their conversation to have noticed the figure enter. The cold draft flowing in from the ajar door finally made one of them turn to look.
What the... Why is there wind?
Huh?
Olgar stood right in front of him with an unsheathed sword, right when their eyes met. First, well, a woman that was about to scream had her throat slit open. Second,
You're the hawk! Ah!
third,
No, we only killed the witch. Ah!
fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Did all these people he killed come back? The light from the stained glass window shone on the blood-red sword while he continued to take lives. In only a few minutes, the church floor was covered in piles of bloody corpses. Olgar continued on and pointed the tip of his sword at the last man remaining.
We... had no choice.
The man didn't beg for forgiveness nor showed any fear. He simply mumbled flatly.
Why did you call Arya a witch?
Your sister told us to go after her.
Surprise and sadness. They mixed together and turned into hatred. Olgar swung his sword. Possibly from his emotions being thrown into confusion, he cut deep into the man's neck but was unable to instantly kill him. It took another few minutes for the man to die, all the while writhing in pain. As if seeking retribution, he reached for the soft glow from the stained glass window. Soon the man passed. Silence returned to the blood-stained church. Olgar never even looked at the man writhing in pain.
Francisca did this. My sister, Francisca, betrayed me. Arya,
Olgar's hollow gaze soon focused on the Kaleidovia. Someone once described the Kaleidovia.
Psychedelica.
The intermediate world between the world of the living and the dead. A place where you could meet ones who had passed.
I want to see her again. If I only could.
Olgar reached for the Kaleidovia.